Welcome back. We are still discussing fostering peace among political parties during campaign. But this takes me to the third question. It says, what is the importance of peace accord signed by the presidential candidates?
Well,
if during campaign they are still disturbing here and there, what's the importance?
Yeah, well, you look at the peace accord. I think it's something that has been on for a very long time. That was initiated by General Abdul Salam and Reverend Father Matthew Hassan Kuka. I think theoretically the idea is good. It's something that, if it is harnessed, will spread peace amongst the various political parties. But you find that, you know, the situation is they restrict it only to the presidential candidates. Now the election is, there's presidential, there is gubernatorial, you have the senatorial, the House of Reps, you have the government, at the state levels as well. So restricting it to just the presidential candidates makes it, it waters down the effect and the impact of it. But you still find that, so if they really want it to have a greater impact positive, they should ensure that right to the very grassroots, that the contestants of all the parties get to sign the peace accord. But you find that still has not stopped election violence in the country over the years. There have always been killings, there have been ballot box snatching, all kinds of things. So you ask yourself, is it really worth it?
It doesn't.
Perhaps they need to rejig the whole setup. How can it be more effective? You know, these are things that it's not just enough to gather them. At times, even the presidential candidates don't even show up to sign the documents, you know, the agreement, the accord, because they are.
Even though that signed, they are still blasting themselves in the air and also many things, you know, social media and all that.
So the peace accord, it's on paper, it makes sense.
As if it's for fun.
Yes, but things still need to be done to give it that bite, that, because if they go against it, if they flout it, there are no consequences, there are no repercussions, there are no penalties, nothing. So it's just, well, let's just go and do a show and go on. But they need to look at it again for it to really have effect.
All right, but then how can we now avoid conflicts during campaign rallies?
No, for me, I look at it also, you know, intra-party, that's within the parties, and also inter-party. Those are two areas that need to be looked at. Because where you find within the party that there is no internal democracy. The other day, the court cancelled all the primaries of one of the parties in Akwa Ibom State, I think, and said, look, there were no primaries held. Now, it became glaring that there were some underhand practices that went on, which negated even the constitution of the party itself. So where you have members not even adhering to the constitution of the party, you would find that there'll be grievances. So where even the primaries of the party, just one party holding primaries, there is still violence. So what do you expect when it comes to the inter-party affair? So I would advise, first, for us to have this peace during rallies, the parties must submit to democratic principles. That you can't go get around it. Parties must submit to democratic principles. There must be fairness. There must be equity. Everybody who aspires to any position must be given all the necessary support and the level platform, playing field to operate. That's the only way. That's the only way. So for that, the parties need to look into themselves and make sure that they're doing the proper things. That's one. Now, on the inter-party level, there is a lot that the individual needs to do. Yes, because you find that these politicians, their children are not even around during the campaigns, during the rallies. They're out of the country. It is the masses that they gather together and push to go and do.
Those are the ones that need to die. Their own children will live.
Exactly.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. And even the masses too, going to go and die.
So you find that
it's so funny.
So you find
you train with your own life. That's what the masses are doing.
Exactly.
Because of poverty, as you mentioned. But that's not enough for you to sell your conscience because you don't have food to eat. This campaign comes once in 4 years. Is it the 3,000 they give you that will last you for the next 4 years? That you go and kill yourself for nothing? Think. This is time for us to reason. It hurts me, honestly. It hurts me.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah. So we as individuals need to say, look, is that what is best for me? Is that the very best for me? To be a cannon fodder, to be, a catalyst for violence that these people will push forward, and then so on the individual level, everybody just needs to be wise. Need to look to yourself and say, look, I have a future. And then you need to realize also that these politicians, they are friends. They know themselves. When any of their children is getting married,
all of them,
you see they all troop there. The other day we saw two of the big presidential candidates.
They sat together and discussing.
And they were gisting.
And yet they have been altercations against themselves in social media.
So
what are we doing? Oh no.
Let's look beyond that. And then you find that people who go into elective posts, contest for elective posts, they go there apparently to serve. If you're going to serve, if you want to be a servant, you don't kill to serve. You don't maim to serve. Because
no, but that's a different thing in Nigeria now. Their own is not to serve. It's we that elected them should be the one to serve them. And that is why they think it's do or die affair.
Yeah.
Because it's actually to go and serve us. Why would you be killing yourself? If you appoint me to go and serve you, I will do that. If you don't appoint me, I might not want to serve you. Exactly. You understand? But what about the gain? Their personal gain. That's why they don't kill, okay? Because if you are just nobody before, once you have your way to become a politician, you are made.
Exactly.
Within 6 months, you already built a house. Within 6 months, how? Where did the money come from? And that is why they take it as do or die affair in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Go to the Western world. It's really to serve. When they're going there, they declare whatever the answer they have.
Exactly.
When they actually they live with not even with the pain, because they were actually there to serve. But we that the electorate, we that put them there, they want to serve them, and that is wrong. And this is why we're having. So we need to do the right thing. We come of age, how many years? 62 years of independence. We are still marking time. No. Things need to change, and change for good. Before we take a break, I read an article yesterday. A young man who was equally, hired by some of these big politicians to go and kill their opposite. He confessed. I don't know how many of you read it in WhatsApp. He confessed how he was used. Eventually, the son of the man was his team. He noted that the guy has money because he said he also have 350,000. The father gives him every month as pocket money, and yet he joined bad gang. He never knew. It was the same father that hired him. He came with 2 boys in that hotel. The man said, no, the 2 boys is not enough. I'll be 3. It's not enough. Add 2 more. He now invited his son unknowingly to him. Even if I didn't know that the son does that. Imagine a father who is giving 350,000 to his son. And his son involved himself in killing and all those rubbish, without the parents' consent. And he invited his son. His son joined them in that assignment. And after it, while the assignment was going on, he was shot. While others escaped. Before the wife called, say your son is shot, whatever. And when he got it, so person, because the name is answering in their group. It's not the name the father gave him now. So he only call him the nickname. And he said, I don't care to hear whether anybody died, nobody died. I don't care to know about that. All I said, have you done the job? Yes, good. So the other will come and collect your balance. He never knew it was his son. By the time he knew that it was son, according to that article yesterday, the boy said he's still running for his dear life. Because he has said every other bad guys to go after him, that he's one that wanted to kill his son. Why he flew his son abroad now? I think his boy survived it. But what are we saying? Like he mentioned, Their children are all abroad. It is you they will use to go and kill their opponents, go and kill their enemy. And you accept such gain because you say, I'm poor, I need to. How much or how many days would that small money last for you? That you now sell your conscience to go and kill somebody who never even offended you. The person is not your enemy in the first place.
Yeah.
Listen, young man, it's you youth that doing this, not older people. But the elderly one is one, taking advantage on you. So what you're going to do is say, no, if you want me to go, bring your son, let's go together. The boy even recommended that. So if anybody, he was talking to you youths, if anybody hire you in this period now to go and kill and destroy, tell him to bring his son first so that now we'll go together. And you see that he will not approach you again. He will not. Because your head is to die, your son is to live, to survive. Think and say no to all this evil. We'll take a break now. When we come back, we continue. Vivid View.
Say and do it.
This is Vivid View.